You know, speaking and listening are almost identical twins, okay? Except they're mirror images. Like Superman and Bizarro, if anybody knows this American uh, comic. Superman is the guy who has all these superpowers and he does good, while Bizarro is like Superman with the same powers except he does bad. So we have things like speaking and we have things like listening. And there are some rules for speaking and there are some rules for listening. Number one rule for speaking is this. Know what you want to say before you say it. Know what to say before you say it. That's an important concept. You know who taught me this concept? Anyone?
Your mom?
No, I wish. Take a
Your
second
grandmother?
shot. Huh?
Your grandmother?
No, no. No, those are both wonderful women in my life, but there's
Your wife?
only one that taught me. Really.
Your wife?
My
Wife?
wife. My wife. Yes. Yeah, she did it. Okay? You know, because there's so many landmines that I landed on, you know, with my wife. It took her many years to make me a little bit more human, but I'm very grateful that that happened. So, yeah. So before you think of what you're going to say, think of the consequences, and then say it. Okay? Make sense? Now, what else is important? So you need to know what you say before you say it, and then before you say it, you need to identify and organize your main points. Identify and organize. You see, it's not enough to just think it through. You also have to put it in the right order, in the proper sequence, in the right location, so people can get what you're saying. You see, the whole purpose of speaking is understanding by somebody else. You see, I can just stand here and talk and listen to myself speak and say to myself, geez, Steve, you are so good. Your voice is so musical and wonderful. I simply love the way I speak. Well, that's not communicating. What do I care what I sound like? What am I, a narcissist? No. My goal here is for you to pass the board exam. And so truly, the feedback that I need, hey, Steve, you see this piece of paper right here I got? I passed the board. That means that I got through to you. That means I was able to identify and organize the points of this book and present it to you in such a way that you were kept both entertained and focused at the same time, which is our next point here. Stay focused. There's more. And this is something that I keep pointing out every class. And you tell me if I'm doing a good job at this or not. you have to speak in the language that your listener will understand. So what that means is you need to concentrate on your listener and not on yourself. Like, for example, depending where I am, if I'm in a meeting with the CEOs of a hospital, I speak one way. If I'm in a meeting with the top echelon of physicians and surgical nurses, I speak the other way. When I'm in the sterile processing department, I talk differently. Why? Because I want my listeners to understand what I'm telling them, not what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. I want them to truly understand the meaning behind my words. So what that means is concentrate on the listener. And that's why I go through every word that I think that may be misunderstood. How many such words did we go over today? A bunch. Even things that we use all the time, like the word preconceived. I mean, what the heck does that mean? Right? And remember my example of a young couple that just got married. She hasn't conceived yet, but she's already saying that she's going to have a boy. That's what it means. To conceive means to become pregnant. Preconceive means you're saying you're going to have something before you're pregnant. Hello. Okay? Last but not least, ask for our favorite word, feedback. Now let's talk about listening. Listening is almost a mirror image. And I say almost because it doesn't all fit together, but close enough. If you are listening, the first thing you need to do is you need to be able to concentrate on the speaker's ideas, not on the speaker, but on speaker's ideas. You may know who the speaker is, and that person could be a complete and total jackass. But you need to listen to what they're saying because it's important. So you filter out the person and you try to concentrate on the ideas. And that in the personal relationships amongst people, husbands, wives, significant others, whatever the case may be, in the moment of anger, passion, you're trying to get through to another person and that other person just can't because they can't tune out their feelings about you and they can't focus on what you're saying. Okay? So when you're dealing in people who speak, don't disqualify the message right away. Okay? Listen to the ideas. Concentrate on speakers' ideas. Not the tone of voice, not who you think the speaker is. The second level to this first, I already kind of mentioned it and it's somewhat redundant, but focus on what is being said. And I'm going to put in quotations, not how it is said. 3, don't let emotions influence you. Notice it's almost identical. tune out. Last but not least, offer